All right, Shalom. Share my screen. All right, Shalom. Let me see, make sure we good. All right, Shalom. Okay. All right, well, with that, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to all Yoakim out there who pushing this word with all truth and sincerity, and as well as to all you believers out there who believing on the gospel. And it's the brother Kwara Abad from the Jim Houston camp. And briefly, I want to go into this lesson that I was meditating on. I actually, was thinking about it last night, while we was at camp. And this morning, as I was out getting a little workout in, I just started getting into tennis. So I played me a couple sets this morning. But again, after that, it hit me. So I was like, hey, well, that might be the spirit to go ahead and do this lesson. So as you see from the title, it says to never be complacent. And I want to go into that definition. To never be complacent and just to hope that our sacrifice is even accepted. And this the main verse I want to hit is this Revelation, the 3rd chapter, right, in the NLT version, because it's something Yahweh Shai said, and that's really what sparked my spirit. And from there, once we think of something, the spirit will just roll. But nevertheless, the point is in this is that seeing that the Lord have called us to do this work, which is a beautiful opportunity, and to water Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai for it. But just because we know we Israelites, right? Just because we know the truth, we may know the Most High name and Yahweh Shai name, no breakdowns and history, precepts, so on and so forth. Just because we know these things and doing the work on the highways and hedges, doing lessons, that don't just mean we already made it, man. You see? That don't just mean we already made it. And again, everything we doing, it is likened unto a sacrifice. It could be our thoughts, it could be our thoughts. Hey, remember those murmurers coming out of Egypt, the Lord judged a lot of them because they was talking shit and their mindset was off. Their sacrifice wasn't accepted. You see, it could be our actions, the work. You may have people at camp, certain people at camp, but they out there for the wrong reasons, man. Like, hey, you got today, that's the big day, right? Calling all camps, it's the big day, right? In Chicago. But you have men out there, they out there for the wrong reasons. Just because you're out there don't mean a man's sacrifice can be accepted. Remember, you had Aaron's sons in the temple. Yeah, they lit the incense as they were supposed to do, but the Most High ain't accepted. He didn't want that, and he killed them, man. So we just gotta hope that even the works that we are doing already, that the Lord been allowing us to do, even those works, we still gotta hope that was even accepted. Look at King Saul. He came to mind when I was meditating on this. King Saul, just because he was the king, he was, as we're going to get this definition, he was complacent a lot and just doing anything as if he couldn't be taken from that spot, man. You see? Just because he was the king, but the Lord didn't accept it, man. So one is just because we doing the work, we still got to hope that these things we do is the right sacrifice, that is a sweet smell of savior to the Most High. Even our mindset in certain things, right? How we treat brothers and charity, so on and so forth. All these things are counted. And even doing this work, we can't be comfortable. We got to keep it pushing. We got to keep going, man. That's the other side of the lesson. We got to keep going. Just keep fighting. So let's start with this real quick. Matter of fact, let's start with a precept first. This is Romans chapter 12 and verse 1. It says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that you present your bodies as a living sacrifice. So we are sacrifices as well. Everything we doing is likened into a sacrifice. Yahweh Shai had to be a sacrifice. His day-to-day life leading all the way up until his actual sacrifice. And what are some things we had to give up? It could be our time, right? Going on the highways and hedges, risk being laughed at, and so on and so forth. We gave our old life up. We had to sacrifice a lot of things, and we still got to sacrifice, man. It says that you present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service, man. It's the least we can do. Seeing all that the Lord have done for us by giving us Yahweh Shai as a sacrifice, it's the least we can do. And it says, be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. Now, let me get this definition of complacent. Right now, this is from Merriam-Webster Dictionary. It says complacent, marked by self-satisfaction, especially when accompanied. Now, check this out. It said especially. So somebody who think they got it, think what they done so far, it was good enough. You see, I think it's in Ezekiel somewhere. Of a brother, on a comment board, if his brother's own want to post it, but I know it's somewhere in Ezekiel how you say you could have a man turn away from his righteousness. In other words, he stopped doing the works, right? Because he think he done enough, and start doing something else. It said the Lord ain't go accept that, man. Those old works don't count. If you don't finish it, the old works don't count. Right? So it says right here, it says marked. This is what complacent is. It says marked by self-satisfaction, especially when accompanied by unawareness of actual dangers or deficiencies. That's somebody confident in themselves, think they own point when they not. It says you self-satisfied, but especially when you unaware of the actual dangers, you're not living in reality, or deficiencies. What deficiency is? It says a lack of shortage. You ain't living up to the, somebody could be doing this and not living up to the task. That's why Yahweh Shai said, many go say to him in that day, Lord, Lord, have they not prophesied? Have they not done many works and many miracles? But he gonna say, I never knew you. Right? You was a lot of Israelites is complacent just because they know they Israelites and they think that's good enough. Ezekiel 37 chapter. It says, when his word was prophesied, you had some that came together, bones, sinew, and the flesh, which is symbolic for Jake coming back and knowing the fleshly things, the law, trying to keep the law, knowing what tribe they may be from, and that's where I stop at. The high holy days and Kwam Yashala. And it stopped right there. They don't seek for, they don't get into the Yahweh Shai and prophecies and so on and so forth. So that's just Israelites who are okay with just knowing the Israelites, but they don't got it all the way, man. But it says complacent is marked by self-satisfaction, especially when accompanied by unawareness of actual dangers or deficiencies, man. In other words, people who fooling themselves. Let me get this quick precept. This is the book of Sirach, and this should be quick. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 32 and 21. And again, the point of this lesson, I want to get Revelation 3 real quick after this, from some Yahweh Shai said. But this is Sirach, chapter 32 and 21. It says, be not confident in a plain way. Even for us in this truth, because we may, you may have a schedule together, which you always gonna have to make adjustments in this truth, man. But you may have a schedule that's working for you. You get up, you get your reading in, and then you do your lesson, then you go to work, then you get off and you do this. And it's the same thing every day. And a man could get caught up in it, like the brother Kaya in New Orleans, how he put it, is a saying, don't mistake, man, how he put it, Salaki, the brother, don't mistake something for hard work. Kind of want to hit that brother up real quick, but nevertheless, man, Lord willing, to come to me. Don't mistake. In other words, you on your schedule daily, man. I kind of want to text that brother, man. Call him at least. Salaki. It ain't. I'm hopefully he come on, but don't mistake something for hard work. In other words, you got a schedule going about yourself, and you doing it, and it look, you you okay with just getting by. Oh, well, I got my lesson and I'm good now. Well, I got my reading and I'm good now. Sometimes look, we can get more, and the Lord might want us to get more in. But if a man okay with just getting a lesson in and just going to camp, what the Lord gonna add on just what you give, just as the effort we give. That's what the Lord gonna bless us with in return. If a man constantly study, constantly putting in work, always around the brothers, the Lord gonna add unto that man, right? But if a man ain't putting into the Lord ain't gonna put as much in. That's like it's saying Sirach 39. A man who studied diligently, he occupied in prophecies. It says, when the Lord will, he gonna add unto that man. Let me see what this saying the GNT. Sirach 32 and 21. Be not confident in a plain way. Let me see what that's saying the GNT. And I'm gonna get that Revelation, the 3rd chapter. And we'll probably wind it down on that. This is Sirach 32 and 21 in the NLT. It says, don't be too sure of yourself. Complacent. What complacent is again? It says complacent is marked by self-satisfaction, especially when accompanied by unawareness of actual dangers or deficiencies. So Sirach 32 and 21 in the GNT, it says, don't be too sure of yourself. Look, that the work we done already, if we was to hang it up, like we good, like we done enough. The scriptures in Sirach, 43? Sirach 43, and I believe around verse 42, it says that when we glorify the Most High, we can never go far enough. Even if we give it all we can, we still ain't go, amount up to the glory the Most High can receive, man. It's much work we can do in this truth. Many topics we can talk about, right? So on and so forth. But it says, don't be too sure of yourself, even when the way looks easy. And that's another thing, when we do get in that stage, because it happens, shit, I've been through it many times, you got a schedule about yourself and you're just doing it every day. Well, the Lord had you go through something just to shake that schedule up, right? To get out that comfort zone, man. To get out that comfort zone, But let's get this real quick. Like I said, it's the main point of the lesson that I wanted anyway, in Revelation, the 3rd chapter. Now, this is a message Yahweh Shai was given to the church in Sardis, which we are part of these churches, man. So the same thing applies to us today. So check it out. It says, and it's in the NLT version. This is Revelation chapter 3 and verse 1 in the NLT. It says, write this letter, this is Yahweh Shai speaking, write this letter to the angel of the church in Sardis. This is the message from the one who has the sevenfold spirit of the Most High and the 7 stars. This is what Yahweh Shai said. He said, I know all the things you do and that you have a reputation for being alive, but you are dead. So Yahweh Shai told his church, look, y'all got a reputation for being alive. Right. So people on the outside, they think you're on point. They think, them brothers on getting it. Right. In videos, get the videos and the camps and these breakdowns, and they pulling up, right? They mighty men like Chief Ephraim them. They got it. They alive. Kwam Yashala. These the men of the Lord. IUIC, they doing their marches. They got the Million Man March, right? 100 black men, right? They linking up with Brother Ben X and Islam. It seemed like they're alive. It seemed like they doing it for the nation. But the Lord said, but you are dead. Come on, man. Check it out. That ain't it. It says, so he says, wake up, strengthen what little remains, for even what is left is almost dead. So the Lord says, so look, the little bit of spirit that he got in an individual who may be complacent or may be lukewarm, like it's saying Revelation, right? I believe the 3rd chapter, somebody who lukewarm. At times you may be on fire, then you have a couple of weeks and you ain't doing nothing. A week went by, you ain't post a lesson, you ain't read. Right? The fellowship, when brothers fellowship and you ain't never around. So the Lord said, well, look, wake up and strengthen what little remains. But even what is left is almost dead. In other words, Yahweh Shai is saying, look, man, hurry up and get right, because this last little bit of spirit I'm allowing the individual to have, I'm about to take it. That's the severity of this truth. And that's why I can't, man, it's crazy how men proud when we've been given mercy, when we've been given a gift. Come on, man. Matter of fact, I was reading Sirach 25 earlier, how one of the things that said it greatly offended the Lord is a poor man who's proud. Bro, without this truth, we poor men. Let's be real. Like, let's be real. So sin, without this truth, we was nothing, which we still ain't nothing, but now we have a hope. But without this truth, bro, come on, man. So even with this truth, we still can't get proud. This is mercy and a gift, man. But let's read this from the top. This is Revelation 3:1. It says, I know all the things you do. In the NLT, the Shah speaking. He said, I know all the things you do, and that you have a reputation for being alive, but you are dead. Wake up, strengthen what little remains, for even what is left is almost dead. Now, this is the point about why we shouldn't be complacent, even seeing we are doing the work. Because Yahweh Shai say right here, because I find that your actions do not meet the requirements of my God. Come on, man. That's something fearful to hear. That one, he said your actions don't meet the requirements. So he telling this to people who doing the work. He telling this to men who's doing the work. They got actions. But just because they doing it don't mean it was accepted is the point. Just because, let's read it again. Yahweh Shai said, Revelation 3:2 in the NLT, wake up, strengthen what little remains. And that's another form of mercy. The Lord could easily take this truth from any one of us, man. But he giving us a chance to get right. You see? That's what it's saying, Peter, that the Most High is long suffering. Not that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. Yeah, we want all hell to break loose. We want the MOTB to be mandated. But in truth, seeing those things ain't happened yet, this extra time we got right, it's mercy from the Lord. This is extra. The days that nothing happened is another day for us to trim a little bit more off, to try to become a little bit more perfect for our husband, man. Like Paul said, so we could be presented as a chaste virgin. So the days that we have that all hell ain't break loose yet, that's extra days to get right, man. Speaking to myself first and foremost. Because when I read, look, these lessons even uncomfortable to do. You know, these lessons even uncomfortable to do, man. You know, because we don't want to be a part of this, but it's a reality check. It's good to talk about this, so now we know. Think about these other camps. They ain't talking about this. You got camps ready to go ride on fools today. You feel me? You got camps ready to go ride on fools today. You know, and jump out or pull up. Come on, man. We talking this serious, man. And look, just because they going out there, I'm talking about Chief E from them. This is an example of this, right? You going out there to camp, y'all mighty men, y'all gonna be Kwam Yasha hollering, everybody out there. That's right, and everybody that passed. But that's not, well, Revelation 3:2. Wake up and strengthen what little remains, for even what is left is almost dead. I find that your actions, although you out there, I find that your actions do not meet the requirements of my God. Just because a man out there and doing this work, uploading videos, got subscribers, followers, you know, the Sakaris of the world, the GOCCs. Look, even Bishop Jephthah, I was on one body page. I think they got like 20,000, 30,000 some subscribers, I believe. But just because they doing the actions of the real prophets and believers, Yahweh Shai said is a chance those requirements ain't gonna be met though. But not just other camps, even for us who in the circle, within, who behind the Holy of Holies, man, who know the real truth, as the apostles been pushing, man. The apostles are a great millstone. Those within the body of Yahweh Shai, even us. This is you know, a little wake up call for us, and say, wake up. That look, although we doing the work, we still can't be comfortable, man. Although we know we following and being taught by the men who the Lord literally sent down with this 100% truth, we can't just be cool with that. Just because we in Great Millstone or a part of the the body or the brothers who preach the same doctrine, don't mean we got the golden ticket to the chariot. We still got to keep pushing. It's the point, man. What the title say again? Never be complacent. Hope that our sacrifice is even accepted. Yeah, we sacrificing, but as we doing these things, the hope is, look, that the Lord accept them. But first and foremost, I'm gonna say this too. I should have said this at the beginning. At the end of the day, we should really just hope we are the elect, because the elect will be accepted anyway. We fighting for that though. We fighting for that. The elect already chosen, and look what the elect gonna do on the earth. They was it was put in them to do it. We just hoping we are part of that number, because you got many men out who doing the works that the elect would do, but on face value, though. That's why it says right here, you have a reputation for being alive on face value. It says, but you dead. The Lord is saying what a man do when he go home after count. The Lord is saying what a man do when he not around the brothers. The Lord is saying what a man do of a woman, looking at him, but she got a man. The Lord, well, what you gonna do? Those things the Lord looking at too. It's easy to act a certain way on camera. So he says, and you have a reputation for being alive, right? Everybody may think you good. It says, but you dead. Wake up and strengthen what little remains, for even what is left is almost dead. I find that your actions do not meet the requirements of my God, man. So it says, so go back to what you heard and believed at first and hold to it firmly. In other words, keep fighting, man. Repent and turn to me again. But if you don't wake up, I will come to you suddenly as an unexpected, as a thief, man. So I'm gonna move on. Let me get this real quick. This is 2 Peter 1:10. It says, so wherefore the rather, so seeing what the Lord just said, wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence. It was diligence. Let's see. It says careful and persistent work or effort. What's the key word? Careful. Careful, man. Not just throwing up, you ain't get a lesson in. Yeah, you just, well, let me just hurry and get a little, which ain't nothing wrong with just, getting a quick hit. And if you got to get something in, but you just trying to throw something up, right? Going to camp, but you really don't want to be out there. You heard Herbin, just heard, oh, he got another precept. You feel me? Right? Careful work, man. Even a mindset in certain situations, Look, things may go on, within the camp or council. The Lord, look, although men can't see what you're thinking, the Lord is seeing what you're thinking, how you feeling about brothers, and right, what's your mindset on this? Come on, man. So it says careful and persistent work or effort. What's persistent? It says continuing firmly or obstinately in a course of action in spite of difficulty or opposition. Whatever coming our way, in other words, keep fighting, keep pushing, man. Keep fighting, keep pushing. So going back to this, 2 Peter 1:10, it says, wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. Because we've been called, but we just want to make sure it's sure, right? That we good though, right? So it says, for if you do these things, you shall never fall. Let me get this real quick. If we do these things, oh, look, the Lord, it ain't much the Lord told us to do, We just got to, that's why the scriptures do say that a man can't be crowned unless he strive lawfully. So it is rules and regulations on how we got to give sacrifice, on how we got to get his sacrifice. Even the temple and the priest, he just couldn't go up in there just slicing the necks of lambs and rams and right and goats, and no, it was certain steps, and it was things he had to go through. In other words, like it said in Revelation 3, it was certain requirements and a way to go about it. Even its truth is requirements and a way to go about it. And according to Yahushua, is one way, one path, man, one path. And there's only certain shepherds that he set up, But let's get this real quick. It says, this is 1 John 2:28. And now, little children, abide in him. How we abide in Yahushua? As we go on our day-to-day life, continue to believe, just continue to do the work, Like it says in Psalms 91, because we made the Most High our habitation. What's habitation? Somewhere where you dwell. So in other words, because we live this truth, We was really sincere. We really mean, bro. Brothers really mean this. And I don't think these. I'm not saying these other camps, like everybody in the camps, but I don't think they understand like what's really going on. I feel like a lot of men think this is just a movement. They don't really believe that what we talking about is about to happen. Now they may know the Israelites, you see, but come on, man, I don't, yeah, especially how Jake moving out here. But it says that now little children abide in him, that when he shall appear, talking about Yahushua, we may have confidence and not be ashamed before him at his coming. And how a man gonna have confidence? Because he was actually doing this. And let me get this. In other words, he wasn't complacent, man. Look at the apostles for a great example. These men, they got all the room to put they, let their hair down and kick back, stop going out. Like you see some leaders of congregations, they don't go out on the highways and hedges no more. They just record now, in the schools. But the apostles got all the excuses to kick their feet up and just do, studio lessons, right? And not do the work from 40 years, 30 years, all this work they already put in, right? But what these men still doing? They still going. And really, they still going harder than us. It's even hard to keep up with listening to their videos, all of them, man. They still going. Why? Because they not complacent. In other words, they not self-satisfied. Come on, man. It's still work to be done. What can we be satisfied for? We ain't get crowned yet. You can have a man who's satisfied and okay with the work he been done, but whoever said you was, come on. Again, you got many that's gonna say to Yahweh, look, we did the work, we prophesied. Yahweh gonna say, I never knew you. Come on, man. So we can never be comfortable. Again, it says, be not what it says, Sirach 32:21, GNT, don't be too sure of yourself, even when the way looks easy. All I gotta do is go to camp or just try to do a lesson, or 3 lessons in a week, or all right, the Lord require more study time, and whatever it may be. And not just that, even our conduct, it may be things the Lord wants us to trim off, change, right? Grow at, weaknesses, strengths, is many things, that we can work on until we get out of here. Because Ephesians 4 said that we working up to the stature of Yahushua, but we ain't gonna be like Yahushua until Yahushua come. So the point is, until he come, is room for growth. So how could a man get complacent? The Lord said we're unprofitable servants, man. And again, this should put fear in any man not to get complacent. Revelation 3:2 again. I gotta read this again. And this Yahushua speaking in the NLT. He says, wake up, strengthen what little remains. For even what is left is almost dead. I find that your actions do not meet the requirements of my God. You see? But let's leave off on some on a good note, on a confident precept. You see? Let's get Philippians real quick. Because this is our hope, that the Lord ain't just call us in his truth just to call us, just so we can be called and fall out in the end. No, man, that shouldn't be our mindset. We got to believe the Lord called us so we can be of that number. That we was called to be chosen, man. That we here for a reason. So let's end it off on this. This is Philippians chapter 1 and verse. I'm gonna start at 3, but the point is in verse 5 and 6. So this is Philippians chapter 1 and 3. It says, I thank my God upon every remembrance of you, always in every prayer of mine, for you all making requests with joy. So this Paul speaking to the brothers. He said, look, man, brothers, I love y'all, brothers. I thank the Lord for y'all. I mention y'all and, in my prayers. Verse 5 and 6 is what I want. This is our mindset. This is our mindset. It says, Philippians 1 and 5, it says, for your fellowship in the gospel from the first day until now. And we all got different times we came into this truth. Brothers came in years ago, probably could have been a week ago, a month ago, 3 years ago, however long. So from the day you came into this truth until now, what's today, November 4th, 10:21 a.m. It says, for your fellowship in the gospel from the first day until now, being confident of this very thing. So this is what we should be confident in. From the day we was called until now, it says that he is the Most High. it says that he which have begun a good work in you will perform it until the day of Yahushua Mashiach. Let's read that again. Philippians 1:5. For your fellowship in the gospel from the first day until now, being confident of this very thing, that he which have begun a good work in you will perform it until the day of Yahushua Mashiach. What is this saying? From the day we came into this truth until now, we got to be confident and believe that the Most High called us to do this work, and that he go allow us to do it all the way up until the day, even to when Yahushua come back. In other words, he's saying, Lord willing, the day the Lord call us, even to now, we got to believe we're going to endure until the end and be saved by Yahushua, man. We can't believe, no, we can't have no type of doubt that, well, what if I fall? No, man. The Lord said, the thoughts that I think towards you are of peace and not of evil, to give us an expected end. So what a man expect, what a man have in his mind and believe, the Lord gonna give a man just that. So we got to hope and believe that as we've been called to this truth, that our sacrifice is accepted, and that, as it say right here, this good work that the Lord allows us to do, we're going to perform it and do it until the day of Yahushua to be saved, man. That's the hope. So we can never get complacent. You see? So I'm going to end it right there. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. The water for tuning in. And with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Chakwadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to all you Wakim out there who pushing this word with all truth and sincerity, and as well as to all you believers out there who believe in the gospel. Hey, keep fighting, keep pushing, and we almost out of here. Hey, right, keep pushing. But with that, shalom.